Hi, my name is Lana Knox, and this is my Pecha Kucha presentation about how technology is detrimental to sports. This is in preparation for my Sport and Society class. Sport and technology. Technology, including cell phones, social media, video games, and virtual reality, is becoming detrimental to sports and how sports are being played. From video review and instant replay to the decreasing number of children and adolescents participating in sports, sport is changing, and it isn't necessarily for the better. Technology is taking over sports by creating an atmosphere where the majority of sports are becoming controlled by technology. Sports have changed drastically through media and social media, and how the media is influencing sports so heavily. Sports are taking more commercial breaks in order to advertise more, extending the length of the game rather than creating a more fan-focused in-game engagement. Sports are beginning to experiment with holographic statistics and information graphics that can give a fan the instant insight into how a player is doing in a game or a season. These advancements, including glowing puck trails on the ice or instant name bars, are becoming a distraction rather than a helpful tool. With advancements in technology happening daily, streaming and live stream services within sports is needing to be advanced. Rather than watching sports on TV, more people are illegally streaming sports, including pay-per-view and out-of-market games. This is becoming more common, and this creates less profit for many teams and leagues. When we think of technology, we often think of cell phones and TVs, but technology is not limited to that at all. In sporting equipment, there is many different technologies that go into the equipment. This makes the everyday pair of skates or stick more advanced, making it much more expensive, and creating a competition within young athletes to have the best of the best when it comes to equipment. Cell phones have taken over the world due to its instant access to any information possible. At sporting events, many people continue to use their cell phone rather than pay attention to the game. Some people are thinking cell phones should be banned within arenas and stadiums. The use of phones at sporting events have led to multiple injuries and lawsuits. Cell phones have the ability to give fans instant access to information about players, teams, and leagues. Everything from goals, holes-in-ones, and knockouts are posted within seconds of them happening. It is becoming much more common to see the highlight or receive push notifications about scores rather than to watch a game in its entirety. With technology growing and the access to watching sports at home in high-definition 3D TV, watching highlights, or the new developments with watching through virtual reality headsets, less people are going to games. This is creating a move toward creating small arenas with more cameras capturing the action, rather than attending games. Video review is creating a situation where viewers and leagues no longer have trust in the referees that are hired and being paid. Technology, especially video review, is now becoming so complex, calls are no longer dependent on how the referee views a play, but rather how the super zoom slow-mo cameras see the play. As video games become more popular, children who are playing these video games often forget that it is important to remain active. The number of children being involved in sports is rapidly declining, and the time spent playing video games and staying indoors is increasing. This is creating a very lazy generation. Virtual reality allows for the user to have their senses stimulated in a different way. VR would allow people to view facilities and take part in an in-game experience from home. Although this seems like a great way to have more people see your facility or see the team play, this does not bring as many people through the door, and it allows people to stay home rather than come to the event itself. Virtual reality used for training athletes will give these athletes an unfair advantage over other athletes. This technology gives those from developing countries a major disadvantage, as they will not have access to these tools to excel in a sport through imaginary training. Youth that do not have access to these sorts of training will also suffer, as the rich kids whose parents have more disposable income will be able to train using these headsets. Advertising in sport is creating a much longer game. Many people, especially fans, are finding alternative ways to watch sports live without having to deal with all of the advertisement that happen throughout a game. Sports are taking more commercial breaks in order to advertise products, which in turn is creating a much longer game to watch. The cost of attending a sporting event is already astronomical. In order to park, eat, and enjoy the game, you're already spending a lot of money. Technology and the advancements are only increasing the problem. The amount of adjustments for added technology in arenas will drive costs even more and create a push away from actually attending games. When it comes to technology in sports, where does the line get drawn? Technology is ruining how sports are viewed. The natural way to view a sport is by going to the event and watching it firsthand. But technology is increasingly forcing the viewer to stay home and watch the sport, stopping the game experience from being the real excitement for a viewer. Thank you.